thinking of it.
I've never seen dogs so hyped to take off and run. It was pretty impressive. Those dogs still haven't calmed down.
No. One of them left something around midfield that these players may want to try and avoid as this second half continues to unfold. Fourth quarter starts. It's 3rd down and 11. Purdy. Contact, no flag, as Samuel was the closest one to it. And on 4th down and 11, the offense for the moment stays out there. They'll go for it down 21.
Yeah, and that's why even that throw would not have gotten them the first down unless it's a catch and run. But you start looking at this and you ask yourself, how many opportunities, how many more possessions are you going to get here in this fourth quarter? You see there that even if he's able to come out of it, but I'm not surprised, here based on the fact they're down 3 scores, that they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Ravens showing blitz. Purdy is in trouble. Gets away from trouble and now flips it to McCaffrey behind his back, and still a stop by the Ravens. Marcus Williams makes the tackle as a moment for the Harlem Globetrotters just broke out. Little no-look pass from Purdy with a loss of 1.
Well, Patrick Queen, he defeats McCaffrey on the block as he comes in on the rush. And in 4th down, you're just doing everything you can to try to keep this play alive and give somebody an opportunity. But Baltimore's defense, they have really played well here in this game tonight.
And the Ravens will take over with a ball at their own 46. And Mike McDonald, second-year defensive coordinator, has this defense humming. You see Patrick Queen grabbing at his collarbone, but this defense has really taken off, and the numbers are incredible since they picked up Roquan Smith from the Bears last season. Here's Justice Hill on a toss, able to ride a body and stay up and pick up a 1st down.
I mean, you just don't see teams come in here to San Francisco and do what Baltimore is doing to the 49ers tonight. I mean, they've just gotten after them, and you're about to run them right out of their own stadium.
Here's the end of it as Hill stayed up.
47-yard line. 2nd down.
And the knee touchdown, and after giving a 1st down, a good job by this officiating crew to move the ball back. You heard the announcement by Bill Vinovich, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 as that turns into a 6-yard pickup instead of a 12 or 13-yard gain.
Well, coming into this game, San Francisco led the NFL in takeaways, and they have not been able to get one here in this game. Be a good time for them to come up with something.
You see Patrick McCary, who has been rotating at left tackle with Ronnie Stanley, having come out of the game. And into the medical tent he goes. Second down and 4. Hill. Warner on the tackle, and it will be 3rd down and less than a yard. Both teams coming in top 10 performers, both total offense and total defense. But it's been the Ravens here tonight that have enforced their will. 3rd down and less than 1. With the play clock now under 10.
Yeah, they just took their time breaking the huddle.
And here's Warner leaping over the top before the snap, trying to time it. It's worth a shot.
Encroachment. Defense number 54. 5-yard penalty results in a 1st down.
Well, the way they broke the huddle was like they were going to get up and just get the ball snapped right away, and so he immediately, you see there, I can't tell exactly who's in there at quarterback.
I think it's Kohler.
I think you're right, but you know, there was still, normally if you're going to come in there like he did, like Fred Warner did, it's because the clock is running down to 1 and you know the ball's got to be snapped. There was still plenty of time on the clock, but the way that they rushed to the ball looked like they were just going to get up and snap it quickly, and that's how Warner mistimed it.
That is the 6th defensive penalty against San Francisco tonight. And a first down by penalty as Jackson finds Aguilar, who has a touchdown tonight. And Aguilar on first down picks up a couple. The numbers against the NFC are pretty terrific for Lamar Jackson. 19-1 in his career against NFC teams.
Well, he's won almost 75% of his starts in the regular season. The challenge for him is carrying that over into the postseason, and he's got to be healthy, which he hasn't been the last couple of years. But you know, when he's playing, at least in the regular season, it's a good chance that they're going to win the game.
2nd down and 8. Comes in 56-19 over his first 75 starts. Gain of 3 here by Justice Hill. Here are the numbers for the Ravens recently in the postseason. They lost in the wild card round back in 2018. They were the #1 seed, but lost in the divisional round the next year, the year Lamar won the MVP. Lost in the divisional round again, and last year, as you said, Lamar was not healthy, and a loss to the Bengals.
I think right here, San Francisco, they just got to sell out and do something. I mean, the Ravens are in field goal range already, but create something negative.
3rd down and 5, and they have done just that. That'll go down as just the 2nd sack of the night for the 49ers, and a loss of 6 as Warner and Chase Young combine. And that brings up 4th down.
Well, you see the coverage. The 49ers went man coverage across the board, and the pocket just collapses on Lamar Jackson, just not able to, you know, get the ball out, realizing that everything was coming down on him. But that was a costly sack.
49ers trying to hang in this game, get that stop, and this will be the first punt for Jordan Stout since the opening drive when the Ravens went 3 and out. And just let the play clock expire, and they don't care about the 5 yards.
Offense number 11. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
And the clock stops with 10:28 left.
Please reset the game clock to 10:30.
So the 49ers decline the penalty. They will not move the ball back 5 yards. And John Harbaugh, who, as we said earlier, now has taken his team to the playoffs 11 times in his 16 seasons. It's an incredible body of work by Harbaugh. Leading here by 21 and about to punt it back to the 49ers with 10.5 to go. Stout.
Than Buffalo. I mean, it's been such an up and down year for them. They just keep playing. They string some wins together, and they might win the division.
Here is a pass broken up by Hamilton. Yeah, Buffalo is 9-6. They got the win at the Chargers by 2 points earlier in the week. They have a home game against New England, and then that Week 18 date at Miami. And right now the division is in the hands of the Dolphins, but they have that game coming up next week at the Ravens.
Well, that's it. And a big win yesterday for Miami. Congratulations to them in their victory over Dallas. But it doesn't get easier. Like you said, Joe, that's going to be one great matchup between Baltimore and Miami next weekend.
Here's Purdy flushed out to his right. There's nowhere to go with the ball, and so he just throws it away. And that will bring up 3rd down and 10 with Jones and Matabike chasing down Brock Purdy.
Well, you just can't say enough about what this Baltimore defense has done. And there's a look at Trent Williams, and not ideal for San Francisco when you're talking about the best left tackle in football and you're down 3 scores and you need to get something going, and he's not protecting your blind side. So they had to shuffle the offensive line up a little bit and see what they can get. But they've got to see if they can get a first down here to begin with. But what I was going to say is Baltimore, as much as this 49ers offense creates space and big plays and so many opportunities, they just haven't been there tonight.
Here's Purdy stepping through pressure, and he finds Ayuk. First down, and the 49ers needed that. And just to finish on Trent Williams, a 10-time Pro Bowl left tackle. We're told they were working on him, and now one of the Ravens is down.
Is that Hamilton?
I think that's Kyle Hamilton. So let's put a pin in the story with Trent Williams and flip the focus back to Kyle Hamilton, who is injured and on the field, the do-it-all safety for the Ravens. And here is the replay. What happened at the end of that play? Or do they need him? Pressure on that ankle area, so they'll take a look at him. He's already playing through a sprained MCL in his left knee. Geno Stone takes his spot. First down, San Francisco, and Purdy is brought down. A sack by this Ravens defense, and Kyle Van Noy, a loss of 5. Sack number 7 for Van Noy.
Well, he just completely bull rushes. You're going to see it's just a 4-man rush. They're playing coverage and just runs right through Moore.
Purdy protected. Ayuk with a catch. Spins away from a tackle and takes it down inside the 30. Roquan Smith couldn't bring him down, and Ayuk has a 33-yard pickup.
Yeah, so Baltimore, of course, they're playing coverage. They're trying to keep everything in front of them. Don't give up anything big. Make San Francisco methodically march down the field. They've got this handled, but because of Ayuk and his ability to make someone miss, turns it into a big play.
Right back to the line. Purdy is sacked again. Jadeveon Clowney. Remember, Trent Williams is on the sideline, and the Ravens are taking advantage of it. They've got McKivitz on the left side, Moore on the right side, and Clowney went right through this offensive line. And Purdy is slow to get up.
Well, you see that with McKivitz having to go over to the left side, and there just has been pressure back there on this possession on each time that Purdy has dropped back.
And now he's slow to get up. So just to reset the offensive line, Burford is at right tackle. McKivitz is over at left tackle. Purdy able to get up and go to the sideline. Trent Williams is on that sideline. And John Feliciano is taken over at guard for the 49ers, as we'll send it down to Lisa Salters with Darnold coming in.
Yeah, Joe, a little bit of information for you. Trent Williams, I was just told, is dealing with a groin injury. His return is questionable. And now his backup, Jalen Moore, his backup at left tackle, is being evaluated for a head injury and is also questionable to return.
Well, they cut Matt Pryor today to make a couple of additions to their roster. So we see McKivitz at left tackle, Banks at left guard. Try to reset that offensive line as Ayuk makes the catch. Patrick Queen with the tackle, and third down coming up. Burford is flipped out to tackle, and so with a makeshift offensive line for the 49ers, the Ravens defensive front is smelling opportunity as Darnold is able to complete that one to Ayuk.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I mean, that defensive front, they know the situation. This is what this is the point in the game they want to get to, where they know they're going to be rushing the quarterback, and then with the makeshift offensive line that you talked about.
Here's Kittle for a first down.
But how about Sam Darnold? I mean, you come in off the bench, you've thrown 6 passes all season long, and you get caught up to where you have to throw the football. You know what the situation is, and he's delivered 2 strikes right off the bench.
First down. Darnold. Pass is caught by Willie Snead. And the catch as he goes to the ground, a gain of 6. And Darnold is not just coming into the game, but trying to run the hurry-up offense.
Yeah, and Baltimore will give those up all day long, especially if he's going to catch it and stay in bounds and keep the clock running.
2nd down and 5. Darnold off the hands of McCaffrey and nearly intercepted.
Oh, they had a chance. Once again, looked like the two of them collided together. Otherwise, there would have been another interception in this ball game.
Off the hands of McCaffrey, and then opportunity behind McCaffrey with Roquan Smith and Ronald Darby. And now 3rd down and 5 for Darnold. The former Jet fires, end zone touchdown to Ronnie Bell. And the rookie has got his first touchdown in the NFL. The 49ers climb a little closer.
Well, you see he's focused over here, so it's one-on-one here. And when he comes off the ball, Ronnie Bell, that he's one-on-one on the safety, and then it's just a matter of him getting to the middle and Sam Darnold beating him with the football. Good read by Darnold. Nice job coming in off the bench to at least give a little life to this 49ers team.
It is a 14-point game. Juwan Jennings is out, inactive with a concussion. Ronnie Bell gets a chance tonight and has his first touchdown from Sam Darnold. Back in 30 after this from Kroger Family of Stores.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken, and time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Well, it's a 12-play, 90-yard drive that took just over 4 minutes off the clock. Purdy is finally out of that medical tent. Sam Darnold on that drive at the end of it goes 4 for 5 for 31 yards and the touchdown. And Purdy takes a seat next to.
Yeah, trying to read body language here and see, okay, is Purdy going to come back into this game when next time they get the ball, or Sam Darnold? And the look on Sam's face, he's not too sure either.
And now Purdy is going to go make his case to Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, my guess is that Kyle has said his night's over.
Justice Hill on the return is able to take it to the 30 again for the 49ers. Because of their conference record, a loss tonight doesn't impact them if they are to win their final 2 games, which are at Washington and at home against the Rams. They control their own destiny. They've already clinched the division, but that's in that race for the top seed in the NFC. Lamar Jackson back to work, up by 14. Edwards doing all that he can. Dre Greenlaw makes the tackle after a gain of 3. Second down and 7. One thing to keep in mind, it's a stat that's kind of hard to believe, but the 49ers in the 7 years under Kyle Shanahan are 0-37 when they trail at any time in the fourth quarter by 8 or more points. Only team in the NFL without a win of that kind since 2017, Kyle's first year.
That is hard to believe when you consider how explosive that offense can be, that they haven't overcome that kind of deficit.
Here's a toss to Hill and a loss of 1 on the play. 3rd down coming up.
Well, this makes things a little interesting now here on 3rd down. If 49ers can force a punt and get the ball right back to their offense, this thing's far from being over.
Third down and 8. Jackson, pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Warner. Still making plays. It's 4th down with 4:45 to go.
Yeah, Fred Warner, he comes up, he mug rushes up inside and was wondering whether or not he was going to be more of a spy in the middle or if he was actually going to blitz. And he actually came on the play, is able to get his hands on the ball. It's a good job of making a stop, getting off the field, and turning the ball right back over to your offense right away.
That 3 and out lasted 1:34 seconds. A line drive punt. Ronnie Bell coming off that touchdown is able to return it across the 35 for 10 yards. Back in 15 seconds after a word from United Airlines.
There are 2 ways this story can go. One with a line, and one with United's backdrop shortcut. I know which one I prefer. The one with the United app.
Well, the answer to the question is Sam Darnold is going to remain at quarterback. Former 1st rounder by the Jets. We'll get an update on Brock Purdy after this play. Helmet's still on. And the number 3 overall pick in 2018 by the Jets. Now at the controls of the 49ers. Look out, Sam Darnold, as he suffers a sack. Back just outside the 25 by Clowney, who's got a couple.
They just cannot hold up long enough to allow that. You know, they're fighting the clock offensively, so they want to get the ball down the field. Jadeveon Clowney, he just runs right back by McKivitz, who, you know, as we mentioned, he's making the switch over to the left side. That is hard to do. And to do it in game the way that he's had to. And the Ravens just rushing 4 guys, but they've made it tough on this offensive line.
Here's Kittle on 2nd and 19. Let's check in with Lisa with an update on Brock Purdy.
Yeah, Joe, well, for Brock Purdy, it's that same stinger that he told us that he suffered last week. I've been told that he's been cleared to play.
Yeah, that cost him 3 snaps in that win at Arizona. It was the first stinger that he had ever suffered in his football career. He didn't really know how that would make him react, and as he laid there, all 49er fans held their breath. He was able to get up, miss 3 plays, and then continue. This one incomplete for Deebo Samuel, and it'll be 4th down. And here's the last hit that Purdy took that sent him to the sideline.
Yeah, and I think if this game was closer, I think he would be back in the game. But the way that the game has gone, you consider the fact that the offensive line has had to be shuffled, and they need Brock Purdy if they're going to go on and do what they hope to do. And I think it was a pretty easy decision for Kyle Shanahan.
It's 4th down and 9 for Darnold. Again, with Burford out at right tackle, Feliciano at guard, and McKivitz on the left side. Quick throw. Deebo Samuel had to fight. And he got it. 1st down, San Francisco, and that is all Deebo.
Boy, it was all him, and he looked like he was going to be stopped well short. That move there back inside is what gave him a chance. But even with that, he was short when Marlon Humphrey came up to make the play. It's great individual effort by Deebo Samuel.
And a challenge flag is thrown by Harbaugh.
It was close.
That quick last look looked like it was a pretty good spot. But if you're Harbaugh, you're thinking, well, if we get the call somehow, it's our
Baltimore
ball.
is challenging the ruling on the field with regards to the first down.
John Harbaugh 0 for 1 entering tonight on challenges. And it would be hard to overturn that.
Yeah, I can't imagine him overturning that.
You're exactly
huh,
right, Joe. It's going to stand. It's too tight, but I think it is a good spot. First thing down's the elbow. Ball is right on the line to gain. I think it'll stick as a first down.
Yeah, good call by John Harbaugh, though. Like Joe said, it's close, worth the challenge. Fourth down there, if he's short, you get the ball and pretty much run this thing out.
So the ruling on the field was first down, and they will look at it down on the field with the Microsoft Surface tablet back in New York. And Bill Vinovich will get another shot on the center of the stage here on Christmas night. Here's a call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. First down. Baltimore is charged with their first timeout.
49ers have all 3 of their timeouts and a first down as they trail by 14 with 3:22 left at their own 46.
Yeah, and the challenge, as we know, is that, the 49ers up front are not great. Trent Williams is, but overall, and now they can't use the play action. It's all drop back, and that's not what they're about.
Here's Darnold showing what he can do with his legs. Out of bounds with a gain of 9. Stopping the clock with 3:15 to go and into Ravens territory.
Yeah.
Go the 49ers.
Yeah, it's a good job in, trying to get a few chunk plays. Can this offensive line hold up long enough to allow these receivers to get down the field a little bit? So far, the answer to that's been no.
The word from the Ravens is Kyle Hamilton. They're calling it the knee injury again. And his return is doubtful. That's the official word, as Darnold is protected this time, and he throws wide for McCaffrey. 49ers have a date coming up at Washington, then at home against the Rams. The winner of this game between the Ravens and the 49ers, if that team were to go on and win next week, they wrap up the #1 seed in their conference. Right now, it's looking like the Ravens, but they have that big home date with the Dolphins coming up. 3rd down and 1. Quick throw, and it's Ayuk. Spinning to the 21. And the 49ers aren't done yet. 24 yards to Brandon Ayuk.
Well, the Ravens do a great job of scheming up a blitz. They only rush 4, but they've got a free rusher on Darnold, and he does an outstanding job of getting it out and hitting Ayuk in stride.
Here he is again. Ayuk down inside the 15. Brought down by Stevens.
Here's that pressure on that prior play 2 plays ago. Here comes Patrick Queen. But Darnold, he hangs in there, and he's looked good.
2nd and 3. Little shoulder fake and incomplete with Ayuk. The closest to it. Now 2:20 left. 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if on the outside he was trying to get the ball up the boundary or just a confusion there with Ayuk. But he had Chris Conley, who was in the flat. I don't know if he anticipated that he'd go up the sideline or not, but just trying to. They're going to come out and take a look at another lineman.
Aaron Banks down on a knee. And they will be down to Ben Barch coming off the bench. He will check into the huddle, and there are no more offensive linemen in reserve for San Francisco. Don't miss the playoffs on ESPN and ABC. We'll cap off Super Wildcard Weekend the annual Monday night game on January 15th. Then our divisional round game will be Saturday, January 20th or Sunday the 21st. Both games are on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN+. They're still looking at Aaron Banks. So they've lost Trent Williams. Aaron Banks is injured. And Jalen Moore has been looked at on the sideline for a head injury.
Number 65 right there in the middle of your screen. Yeah, he's slipping as he's trying to hold up. Number 65.
It's Matabike who is pushing Aaron Banks back. Aaron had a toe injury earlier in the year. It's 3rd down and 3 as Ben Barch takes over now at guard. Fourth-year player from St. John's in Minnesota. 3rd down and 3. IU, contact and a flag. Brandon Stevens with interference, and that is the call.
Pass interference. Defense number 21. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Well, he comes up and presses him, and so immediately Sam Darnold knows he's got the matchup on the outside that he wants. There's the contact that's made. This ball's going on the 1-yard line or 2-yard line. We'll see if they can punch this in, especially here before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. They've got all 3 timeouts. They'd love to get the touchdown before the 2-minute warning and force the offense of Baltimore to keep playing. McCaffrey and a tailback behind Juszczyk. They fake it to him. Darnold's in trouble and able to throw it away. Malik Harrison was in pursuit. It's 2nd and goal with 2:09 to go.
This Ravens defense is they're so good at just understanding situations, not anticipating that San Francisco from the 2-yard line, knowing they're up against the clock, that they would run the ball, and they cover everything really well. Harrison comes off the edge. He handles Darnold.